Wow, big crowd. How you guys doing tonight?
I know.
Super cool. Super cool.
50 years of Star Trek. He's signing autographs somewhere.
Is that autographs over there?
Is Kate here?
Yeah, she's signing.
Scott here?
Scott Bakula.
There goes Johnny.
He's off. He's off. Hey everybody! Thanks for coming to see us.
Nice to see you, Marina. You look awesome.
Marina.
Yes, dear.
I'd like to ask you,
Yes.
what does 50 years of Star Trek mean to you?
Not as much as 30 years of TNG next year. Who's that? Who are you pointing at?
What was Patrick Stewart really like?
Patrick Stewart
Sir
was...
Oldbaldy.
Patrick Stewart was a very serious Shakespearean actor on
Unknown Shakespearean actor.
on our show. Very serious for about 6 months.
Yeah,
And then we broke him of that.
we did.
We broke him, we rode him like a horse, and we broke him. And then he became a very delightful, although very good, actor.
He's pretty much the silliest one of all of us now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, he really is. And actually, I have this theory. Who likes it? Have you all seen Blog Talk? Okay, how brilliant. I am convinced that unless if he hadn't met us and worked with us, and we hadn't broken him, like...
You know, what year is that happening?
He would never have been able to play that part. Because he was so much up his own bum when we started.
What does that mean?
Up his own bum?
Yeah.
It means he was a little stiff and a little, you know, constrained. Yeah. And took himself a little bit too seriously.
Took himself a little...
You don't suffer from that, do you, Marina?
Not at all.
No.
No. You can't offend me. You can't insult me.
Oh, really?
No, you
We could
can't.
try.
I can.
No, you can't.
We could try.
Puffy?
Oh, no, you didn't, well, I just got mad. You know, you said to me, it was about 2 years ago?
No, it was my 60th birthday.
So, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So he goes,
Look how good she
I hate to say this, Marina, but you're looking a bit puffy.
Hey, I took a chance.
Right?
I took a chance.
Okay, girl.
You should know better.
Girls, hands
You should
up.
know better than that.
Hands up. Puffy means fat, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm still talking to him. But anyway.
I'll tell you what, Marina, you don't look puffy now.
Well, bless your heart. Thank you.
No.
Well,
Love the new hair color.
that's
And you know what?
because...
It's because I said something. I
Yeah.
took the chance.
And also, I haven't eaten a carb in 2 months. That's the other reason, yeah.
Yes.
I'm jonesing for chocolate right now, I have to be honest. Okay, should we do questions? Because I can't see.
I don't think that.
I don't think
Do they have things?
chocolate's a
I don't think they have questions set up.
They do, they're right there.
There are people everywhere.
there you go.
Sorry, yeah.
We have questions.
Yes.
Hello.
Both sides.
We can't see you, but we'll hear you.
I got your questions right here, Marina. I got your questions right here. Here's your
Hey,
question.
Johnny, we're going over here first.
I got a guy right...
Oh, hello.
With a hat.
What's your question?
I wanted to ask a question for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Nah, go ahead.
What are the pros and cons of being an actor versus being a director?
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Johnny,
Yeah?
what would you say are the pros of being a director?
Where's he going? Where's he gone? Is that Scott Bakula? Hello, Scott Bakula. Jonathan, shall I answer the question for you? You know what, young man?
I'm gonna answer the friggin' question, Marina. I got this one.
Oh, you have coffee.
The pros of being a director are you don't have to get your bald spot sprayed in. You can eat all the carbs you want. You don't have to wear that friggin' space suit.
I don't think he meant that. I don't think he meant, you know, clothing-wise. What? All right, next question. Yes, love.
I just wanted to say about Mr. Frakes that he's my favorite and...
Excellent choice! Excellent choice!
Her first convention, so she really wanted to see you.
So Jonathan's your favourite.
I'm sorry, I used to watch him all the time growing up, and
Okay.
I kind of used to...
I was on the same show, by the way. If you were watching him, you were watching me too, generally.
You were lovely as well.
Oh, okay,
And,
alright. Okay, so
Michael as well.
have you got a question in there anywhere?
That's a comment she made.
Oh, I know, that's why I said, is there
I
a
just
question
wanted to
in
say
there?
hi to Jonathan Frakes, I think most of all. But
Yes! It pays to come late to these.
Are you press down here? Yes. Who do you work for? Okay.
Marina,
Yes?
who is a better kisser, Worf or Riker?
I plead the fifth.
Excellent answer.
Plead the fifth on that one.
You're not an American citizen.
I have kissed all the boys, girls, and they're all good kissers, okay? They all have very soft lips. They keep Carmex in business, honestly. Those boys had more like, you know, grease on their lips when we were working than you've had at dinners, honestly. Yes, love.
Okay, so my question's for Jonathan as well. It's about Parallels, one of my favorite episodes from season 7, which is an amazing Worf and Troy episode, as we all know. But another thing we all know is that at the end of this episode, there's a really insane Riker. Okay, he's on the Enterprise and from Borg overrun space. He's got this insane beard, and he's really, really, really freaked out. So, what was going through your mind when you were Crazy Riker? How did you channel that? Was that in one take, or?
Where's he gone? Jonathan, get your ass up here and answer the questions.
I was talking to Ian Spelling.
Get your ass up
You
here.
remember Ian? I was catching up with Spelling over there.
All right.
Did you hear the question, Johnny?
It's about a beard, a weird beard.
What was it like playing Crazy Riker with the weird beard?
At the end of Parallels.
At the end of Parallels.
I don't know what episode that is.
That was when we were married in a parallel universe.
I hated that one.
Yeah, eat your hearts out. I have the best job in the world. Next question. He's not going to answer that. He's just being ornery today.
I'm not being ornery. I don't remember the episode.
Yes, love.
Hi guys. All right, I'm gonna get a little serious here for a minute.
Oh, Lord.
Bad choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a gay Star Trek fan, I have
Oh,
to tell
here
you,
we go.
Jonathan Frakes, you're still a stud. You've always been a stud. But in all seriousness, Star Trek The Next Generation especially has been my haven since I was a child. It's a place I've always retreated to because you're such beautiful people who in real life are so progressive. I follow you all on Twitter, so I can attest to this. It means everything to me. So I don't really have a question so much as a compliment. Thank you for taking the richness of Star Trek's philosophy into the real world in your lives and sharing it with us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, bless your heart.
By the way, very nice. Very
You inspired it very much. So my question would be, what sort of responsibility do you feel you have in terms of being like stewards of the philosophy of Star Trek at conventions and interactions with fans and so forth?
I think that it's a you know a responsibility to say, but the one thing that I know about our cast is that we are who we are. I mean, we are very much pretty, you know, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And so the progressiveness and all the stewardship is something that just comes as a byproduct of really who these people are.
Yeah.
Like Marina is very, very passionate politically. Johnny is a very big and, you know, and out there and says things like they are. You know, I'm a dazzling urbanite.
I don't even know what that means.
Dazzling urbanite.
I like that.
You know how important they are to the Prime Directive.
Don't you wish that the Borg cube would appear in our sky right now and just zap Donald flipping Trump?
Yes.
It would be very funny if
10 minutes to
It
get
only
to
took
Trump.
me 10 minutes to get to Trump. I did good. I did good.
it would be funny if Trump said, hey, I'm here to be assimilated. I said, never
No, we
mind.
don't want it.
I love you guys. In my dream life, I will have a drink with all of you. You guys
Okay.
have so much fun. I love you. Marina, you're my queen.
Thank you.
God bless. Thank you, darling. Next question. Yes, love.
Mr. Frakes, my
What
wife.
happened today? Why are we here? Excuse me. All y'all, I'm not in the South, but it's my favourite pronoun. All y'all, if you have a question for me or Dorney, would you please come in the line?
So young and so bitter.
Young and so bitter.
I'm not young anymore, but so I'm still
Yes, you are.
bitter. I am bitter.
We still bitter. Yes,
Just
John.
go ahead.
Mr. Frakes, my wife just adores your wife Jeannie on General Hospital, and we're both fans of
Very good taste.
We're both fans of Hallie Todd on The Offspring, and for all three of you, just any stories on working with Hallie Todd? We got to meet her the other day, and just a wonderful lady. Any stories on working with her or your first directorial debut?
I can tell you the one effective direction I gave Miss Hallie Todd. When she said, how shall I approach the part? I said, just watch what Brent does. And when she was birthed or built or whatever happened to her in The Offspring, she behaved and moved and acted like Brad Spinner, the guy who played Data the Android.
And also, I have to say, she was my favourite ever guest star, ever. Yeah, I loved Hallie. I really did. She was great, and she's a wonderful woman, and I, see her a lot at these cons, and she's awesome, and I love her. Yeah. And she fit right in.
That was actually my favorite episode. In fact, two of my favorite episodes were on Next Generation, were nothing to do with me. They were all, and both were directed by Johnny. It was The Offspring and The Drumhead. Which
You were a big drumhead fan.
But the guy was costume. The show was great. The admiral that wanted to take the child and everything like that. Through the whole thing, he was just a horrible creature. And at the end, when he said, there's nothing they could do, and he gave this speech, and it was like, I was sitting at home going,
You got a bit teary?
I got a bit teary. He was so good, so good.
Next question.
Hello, first of all, Marina, you're my favorite.
Thank you, finally! Yes, my dear. Spectacular you
Also
look
my
today.
favorite episode too. My question is for all three of you. What was the favorite aspect
What was the favourite aspect of what?
of the characters you played?
Favourite aspect of the character that I played?
Yes.
She was nice. Marina, not so much.
Don't sell yourself short, Marina.
Well, I can be really mean. I know I can.
Not so much anymore.
What was your favourite aspect of your character?
He was loyal.
Yeah.
He was honest. He was prepared. All the things that I wish I could be.
Actually, I tell you what,
Well spoken.
somebody once described
Full head of
Let's
hair.
talk about me now. Beautiful head of hair. Yeah. Dorney, aspect?
I loved his man of few words.
Okay.
I love that. He just looked at you.
Somebody once described Troy as the soul of the Enterprise, and I love that. I think I'm going to stick with that. Yeah.
Soul of the Enterprise.
Yeah, not soul food.
No, I
Yes, love.
Okay, don't get mad, but I have a question for Jonathan.
Just go ahead.
Okay. One of my absolute favorite episodes is Chain of Command.
Yes.
Okay, and Commander Riker goes head-to-head with Captain Jericho, and you two do not get along in that episode, but bumping heads from the very beginning when he gets onto the ship. But my question is...
Was that the guy from Lost?
Ronnie,
Right?
Ronnie
Oh,
Cox.
Ronnie Cox.
Ronnie Cox.
Great actor.
Great actor. He was in, Beverly Hills Cop, and a bunch
Right.
of other movies. Okay.
Right.
My question is, what was it like working with him? What's my question?
It was great to work with Ronnie Cox.
People, let me give you a little heads up about asking questions.
Oh my God.
No, I've got to do this. Do not ask us, what was it like to work with so-and-so? What are we going to say? In a room full of 5,000 people and press and microphones and we're being filmed. Right? That question is a waste of time. Sorry, love, but it is. So, if you have what was it like questions, just go back to your seat. Okay. Yes.
I'm going to say you're all my favorite characters.
Good. Who's this question for?
All of you.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I was wondering, was there anything that you wanted to have happen with your characters' stories that never really managed to happen?
Well, I'll speak first as I'm standing up. I always wanted to know what she did when she wasn't being a counsellor or working out. In the ugliest leotards ever in the history of the universe.
I thought she was making breakfast for all the guest aliens who came on board the ship, is what she did.
I know. I'm used to it. So, and I used to say to the riders, you know, what's she doing? And they were like, well, what do you want her to do? And I was like, you're the rider, you know, come up with something. So I always wanted to know more about her background. This one, orphan, right, had more relatives than the rest of us put together. His relatives were always showing up. I only had my mother showing up, driving me crazy every, you know.
Hey, Major.
God bless her. God bless her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Jonathan, where'd you go?
I do a little photo op.
Okay. So, what was your question again?
If there were
Aspects
that you never got to see your
Dorn?
character. Yeah.
What would you have liked to know about your character? Anything different?
You know, I don't think there was anything really that we didn't explore about the character. I mean, I thought that I know you don't like it and Jonathan doesn't like it, but I thought the Worf and Troy thing could have been fleshed out a little bit more. Just from an acting point, just from an acting standpoint, it would have been really interesting to see Worf and Troy because they're polar opposites. And I thought that would have been a really interesting. But that's okay.
But Beauty and the Beast was on a different channel.
It's very funny, we would have done it much better.
We would have done it better. Next, sorry about Jonathan, but we can't.
You can't control
We can't
him, I
handle him
understand.
today.
Right.
He's out of control.
Thanks, guys.
Next question. Yes, love. What's your name?
My name is Jimmy, and
Jimmy, how old are you, Jimmy?
11.
11.
You are going to be upset because this question is for Jonathan Frakes.
Take your time. First of all, you look fabulous, nice costume.
Thanks.
Have you watched Star Trek The Next Generation?
Yes, I have.
With whom do you watch it?
My parents.
Yes, they're very, very
Excellent
good.
parenting, parents, by the way.
Your favorite character is... I'm sorry?
Well, ever since I could conceive it, you have been my favorite character, Jonathan Frakes.
That's not really me. It's Wild Bill Riker you're talking about.
Character.
Okay. Enjoy it.
And my question is, again, you. What was your favorite episode to act in?
When were I going to sing in the play?
You were in that thing in the prison and you were all insane. Whatever episode that was. What episode
Game of Mind and Best of Both Worlds, parts 1 and 2. Thank you for coming, Jimmy. Feel free to get back in line.
Yes, my dear.
Okay, Marina. I'm most interested in the answer from you, but it actually involves everyone because I'm actually talking about the animated series Gargoyles. I was in love with that cartoon, and it involved almost every single regular Star Trek character except Patrick. I understand, but I loved your character Demona. She was really. She started out good, turned evil. I just loved how complex she was. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, originally I actually didn't read for Demona because they made us audition. Did you audition, Jonathan? Did you audition for Demona? Oh, I actually auditioned for. It is. So I auditioned for Alyssa, and then they said to me, you know what, you're more right for this other character, we think, but we don't have the copy with us today. Could you come back tomorrow? You know, and so I went, sure, and I went back and I read for Demona. And when I got the job, I asked them, so because actors always want to know who they beat out for the part, right? So I said, so who else did you audition? And they went, you were the first. And I went, yeah, I know, but who else did you audition? And they went, no, you were the first. And I was like, you mean you didn't audition anyone after me? And they went, no. I said, you didn't think you would find anyone to be more evil than me ever?
Mina, did you not audition for another part on Next Gen?
I did audition. I'm always getting switched. I started off, as you all know, auditioning for Tasha Yar. But who would have been on the show for 7 years if I had played it. So, actually, to be honest, Demona, much closer to Marina than Deanna. So it was kind of not easier, because voice acting isn't easy for me. But I didn't find it, let's just say, let's do it the other way. The biggest challenge of playing Troy was keeping Marina out of her. Right? So with Demona, I could just pretty much be a version of me, right?
She was fantastic.
And I loved her. I did. I love playing her. I love that I'm a double icon. We're double icons now because of Gargoyles. And she was fantastic. And she, like you said, she was very complex.
And so was Xanatos.
Although I have to say, when we first started doing it, this one used to go around the country saying that I was his sidekick.
Is that not true?
Johnny, the show was called Gargoyles. You were a human. I was a gargoyle. Who was whose sidekick? So, Johnny, talk about gargoyles. Well, she asked.
I liked Gargoyles very much.
Where does the Enterprise battle the USS Reliant? For $5.
Where? In space. In space. How did you know that?
I pay attention to the series I work on.
No, I'm going to ask you what you probably know the answer to.
Okay.
What type of pet did Krug have?
Who?
Krug.
Who the hell was Krug?
A-R-U-G-E. A lizard dog.
Okay, well I wouldn't have known.
That goes in the heart pile?
Okay.
Okay, next question. This is getting boring. Okay, over here. Yes, sir. Thank you, my dear.
Before I ask my question, I want to make a comment. I love the fact that Jonathan goes out to the audience. Because if you ever follow Jonathan on Twitter at Jonathan Frakes, he always posts a picture of someplace he's at and says, where am I? And of course you get the random answers of holodeck 2, holodeck 3. For once, I want him to be able to post the picture here and say, I know where he's at.
Okay.
My question though is, my question.
Never read the sense of the preposition.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Never. I know.
English was never my best
Yeah.
subject. Anyway, So my question is, in the Kelvin timeline, it's been reimagined.
In the Kelvin timeline?
Okay, so Kelvin timeline, aka JJ verse, or the 2009 reboot of Star Trek, you have the new cast and crew. If the timeline gets to the point where it meets the next generation, my question to you would be, who would you want to play your characters? Which actors, actresses would you want to play your characters?
Will Wheaton plays Riker.
Yes, Will Wheaton.
Michael? Who plays Worf in the newly rebooted Next Generation J.J. Abrams film, which you'll be too old to play Worf in? That's the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Probably the guy who's in the new movie.
Idris Elba.
Idris
Idris
Elba.
Elba.
Wait a minute! He plays Riker! Take my answer back!
Yummy, yummy, Idris Elba. I used to say Mila Kunis should play Troy.
Yes, good choice.
Except that, last Halloween, I was watching Jimmy Kimmel, and Katie Lowes from Scandal went on the show as Troy. So just because she actually went on national television as me, I would have to give it to Katie Lowes now. So I would say Katie Lowes, in a wig, obviously, yeah.
There's a Klingon at the mic.
Yes. Brother.
Brother, my question is for Michael Dorn.
What a surprise.
There have been multiple posts on Facebook and Twitter about the "We want Dorn back" or "We want Worf back."
We want Worf back, yes.
Is that you? And is there actually a series in progress?
The question is, well, you heard the question. Actually, we were trying to do it for a number of years, and it was coming close. And as we know in the business, you never know until it's over, until you're actually filming. But the announcement of the new series put that series the nail in the coffin, because they're going to have a new series, and they do not want 2 shows on the air. So that's the end of the.
Is it possible it might come back when this new one dies?
Is it possible what?
It might come back when the new one dies.
Oh, stop.
Stop it!
Stop it.
Hey, he's entitled to his opinion.
They must have more Klingons.
I always say we're in space, for God's sake. You never know what's going to happen.
That's what you always say?
That's what I wake up in the morning. We're in space, for God's sake. No, I think it's going to be. I think it's.
Is it the room in the new television series for the Next Generation?
Is there room for them?
Are they back in time? Aren't they back in the...
I don't know when I thought they were the J.J. Abrams universe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought. No?
So that's original Trek, right?
I beg to differ.
Oh,
really?
Where are they?
You don't
I've been
know?
trying to get on that show for a year.
No, I mean, we talked to the exec producer at the
panel,
Dragon
Comic-Con.
panel.
Comic-Con
panel in San Diego. And from what they tell me, it is.
You talk about Fuller, Brian Fuller?
Yeah, it's before us, like long before us, but I thought it was that universe, the J.J. Abrams, whatever that timeline is, that universe.
Might they bring Klingons into it?
We don't have time.
I don't know.
There's room for Klingons.
Always room for Klingons.
Always room for Klingons.
Always room for Klingons.
You look very
Make
dapper.
room for Klingons.
You look great.
Thank you. My
Well
question
done.
is, I'm sorry, not for Jonathan Frakes.
Fair enough.
Both of the, Marina and Michael, both used certain affectations in their vocal performances for these characters. Do you still have them? Are they still there?
If you watch NCIS, those of you who watch NCIS, you'll have seen, you'll have heard a slight similarity between Deanna Troi and Orly Elbaz, right?
Yeah.
And that's because I can finally tell everybody, I actually based my accent for Troy on an Israeli friend of mine. And just like tweaked it a little bit. So I can pretty much go back to that to play the head of Mossad.
I can do Troy. Okay. Captain, I feel a great joy and a gratitude from a boat up there. Great joy and gratitude.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, guys.
God bless you.
God bless.